Hello, everybody! Welcome back to Rudy Toot Toot and Double. Last time, woo! We just, now that I'm just fully thinking of it again, Jesus frogging Christ. We found out Salyu's past. Natsuko dived inside Salyu as frickin' Kazami was holding Subject N's body, saying that's her sister, but I don't know, that might be some kind of illusion brought on by Subject N herself, because she's a lot younger than her sister should have been by that age. So I don't know. Jeez. Hello, Zarmagus. Hello, Voidroller GA Zarmagus. Welcome to the stream. And Salyu, we found out that she is actually Hellis and Flam's daughter. What? Which is still fucking mind-blowing as hell. Like, LOT, welcome to the stream. Like, the circumstances of that! Like, what the actual factual? Come on, like, the guy... oh god, I don't even want to get into that. That's just... Salyu, poor Salyu, and she was held prisoner there even though she had no powers whatsoever, which is evil beyond imagination. What the hell? How could anyone justify that? They couldn't even give her up to an orphanage? Like... What the fuck? Alright, let's get back to reality. Or rather, back to, mind-jumping-ality. Did something happen? Salyu looked towards the door that would not open. She had thought that the days would repeat the same way forever. That the professor would come into the room like usual and take her for another experiment. Yeah, how did she become Natsuko's bodyguard? In any case, something strange. But there was no way for her to find out the cause behind the situation. Right as she pondered what to do, the door opened. Professor! Salyu called out reflexively. Yui. Yui. What's today's experiment, Professor? Our experiment is called busting the fuck out of this hellhole. Now come on! Salyu was so happy to see the professor. I think your arrival meant the return of life as usual. But something was different that day. I'm sorry, Yui. The memory transfer experiment has been terminated. You're no longer participating in experiments. Note to self. If a psychic child starts mumbling about how they've evolved beyond their mere mortal shell, that is a red flag. Yui, will you note that for the future? Noted. Good, thank you, dear. Salyu doubted her ears. In other words, she had been released from her one and only duty. Why? Subject N has lost her individuality. And the experiments cannot continue with her in that state. You don't mean... Unification? Yes. In hindsight, maybe calling her Subject N wasn't the brightest idea. Kind of tempted fate a bit too much there. She remembered hearing that term before. But what she couldn't remember was if she heard it with her own ears, or if it was a copy of someone else's knowledge. But what she knew for sure was that once enified, communicators did not return to normal. Perhaps 6 years of experimentation were too much for a brain to handle. Oh, so she was there at the same time. Of course she was, because Yui edited her memory. Of course she was. What about the new communicator? There's someone designated as Subject Y2, isn't there?
彼女は記憶伝達実験には参加させないことになったわ。
It's been decided that she won't participate in the memory transfer experiment. Apparently, we now know Labo's higher-up's limit for creating untold abominations. And that's one.
彼女はラボが要する最後のコミュニケーターだから、N 化の危険があることはさせられない。
She's the last communicator Labo has, so she cannot be exposed to any risk of Nification.
だから、実験をすることはもうできないの。
So the experiments can no longer continue. Hello, Hollow Mirage, welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
No! Salyu shouted before she realized it. Oh god, she's freaking Stockholmed as hell. Oh my god. She clung to the professor and spoke with a trembling voice.
実験をして、博士。そうでなければ、私は自身の存在の無意味さに耐えられない。
Well, that is just fucking heartbreaking. Oh god. Oh god. Wow. Those sons of bitches who decided that it was okay to fucking capture a baby. I hope they rot in hell. Seriously, what the fuck? Oh god. Oh god. Sorry. Please do more experiments, Professor. I can't stand being a meaningless existence.
記憶を詰め込まれるのが私の存
Oh
在。
god!
私はそのための空洞でしょ。
Oh god! What the fuck? My god. If I were to make some slight changes to Professor Tenkawa's, Dr. Tenkawa's design, I would give her the biggest eye bags and just stress lines just all around. Like, seriously. The fact that she looks as youthful as she does when exposed to things like this is a goddamn miracle. Like, Jesus Christ. Cramming in memories is the meaning of my existence. I'm gonna devoid me for that purpose, aren't I?
私からその役目を奪わないで。
Please don't take my role away from me.
ダメなのよ、ユイ。これ以上の実験継続は危険なの。
I'm sorry, Yui. It's too dangerous to continue the experiments.
あなたの脳にも悪影響が出ているのよ。
Your brain's been negatively affected too. How does that relate to anything, Void Dweller? Oh god.
自覚症状はない。
Have you not noticed any symptoms?
あなたの自己意識は極度に肥大化しているけど、代わりに他者の気持ちを理解する機能が失われつつあるはず。
If we're not mistaken, your self-consciousness has been growing to extreme heights. But in return, you've been losing the ability to understand others' feelings. Jeez. Oh my god. Jeez, this comment lightening the mood a bit. Well, you see, it's not the main game, but Miyako made a Faustian pact with the devil to retain her youthful looks in exchange for Ukida's. Oh my god! Hence why he looks decades older than he really is. Oh my god. Thank you for that. Cheers.
嘘。
Lies.
じゃあユイ、私が今何を考えているのかわかる？
The second one, Bourgeois. Okay then, Yui. Can you tell how I'm feeling right now?
わかる。
I can.
言ってごらんなさい。
Then tell me. Dr. Tengawa smiled. Her smile was a key detail for Salyu to judge. Salyu felt like she was making a serious mistake somewhere, but she stated her judgment nonetheless.
楽しいと思っている？
You're having fun? Oh god. The moment Salyu gave her answer, tears suddenly welled up in the professor's eyes. I would also give her like a couple of streaks of gray. Like, basically to like show that she is someone very beautiful, but life has worn her down. Like, and like she's just a shell of the idealistic scientist she started out as. Jeez. I don't know how she even gets any sleep. Like, oh god. The moment Salyu gave her answer, tears suddenly welled up in the professor's eyes. The professor cried while still smiling.
博士、それはどういう意味の表情？
Professor, what does that facial expression mean?
考えなくていいの。これ以上そんなこと考えなくていいのよ。
It's okay. You don't have to think about it anymore. The professor hugged Salyu's shoulders as she spoke.
あなたはもう限界の際にいるの。
You're already at the limit.
私もこれからできる限りのことはするから。だから。
I swear, I will do everything that I can. So please. Her voice was gentle. So gentle that even Salyu could just barely recognize that the professor was worried about her. But none of that mattered to Salyu. For she was now aware that she had been cut away from the world. And she shuddered at the loneliness. A long time passed after that. Salyu's voice echoed through her room.
195、196、197。
195, 196, 197. She was counting push-ups. But this is how she got freaking jacked. Seriously. 200. Salyu finished her training and took a deep breath. Salyu thought to herself as she wiped off her sweat. Exercise is good. If I move my body until it gets sore, it takes my mind off unnecessary thoughts and I can really feel the results. Dang. She finally became able to use the extensive physical techniques that had been written onto her brain. That said, she couldn't practice gymnastics or track and field techniques in the room. Salyu's favorites were things like simple muscle training and martial arts. The kata training methods in Japanese martial arts. Were particularly suitable for her needs, since they allowed for the honing of one's combat skills, even in the absence of a partner. Hello, Apparition! Welcome to the stream! So happy to have you. She imagined enemies in front of her to fight. She had already fought countless times with these shadows. Recently, she had been fighting several of these enemies in quick succession. She could really feel herself getting stronger.
Though, of course, it's all meaningless in the end. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter.
But as she was shut off from the world, Salyu had no proof of her own existence. Aside from animalistic responses like growth and fatigue. Training, reading, those two things have become Salyu's entire life. Salyu took a shower in the bathroom her room was furnished with. There was nothing for her to do afterwards, just sleep. She changed into her sleeper and crawled into bed. And soon enough it came time for lights out and the room went dark. God, that is horrible.
The professor didn't come today either.
The professor had made it a habit to come up with some sort of reason to go see Salyu each day. But these last few days, even that had come to a halt.
Is she busy seeing other test subjects?
The more she thought about it, the more frightened she became. She tried to stop thinking, but she had still had a hard time going to sleep. Salyu shut her eyes in the darkness, but after a short while, the light suddenly turned on. Hello, Sloom. Welcome to the stream. She almost feared that the morning had come long before she had fallen asleep.
Wake up, samurai. We got a city to burn.
Huh? What do you mean?
This is a jailbreak. Let's go, go, go!
And as soon as that thought crossed Salyu's mind, the professor rushed into the room.
Yui, 起きてる?
Yui, are you awake?
博士
Professor!
The professor rarely visited at this hour. Confused, Salyu got up from bed.
起きてたけど何
I'm awake. What is it?
ユイ、ここを出られると言ったらどうする?
Yui, what if I told you I could get you out of here?
Huh?
どうして急にそんなこと
Oh, she said, Salyu gasped at the professor's words.
What makes you say that all of a sudden?
Hello, Hala Mirage. Welcome to the stream.
ようやく許可が取れたの。上が心変わりをする前に決めてしまいましょう。
I finally gained permission. Let's come to a decision now before the top brass changes their mind. Go, go, go!
嘘そんなことできるわけがない
Usoda, there is no way that's possible.
Salyu was shaken up by those unexpected words. But the professor spoke clearly.
そうよね。上層部の連中は無論、あなたがラボから出ることを認めなかった。
You're right. The upper brass naturally didn't approve of you leaving Labo.
無理もない私が外でラボの内情を語ればこの施設の運営が破綻するもの
Yeah, which is why they couldn't they just give her up for adoption as a baby? Seriously! What the fuck? I mean, come on, just drop her off at an orphanage? Like somewhere in the world? Like, I don't know, in America or something? So that isn't connected to Japan or France? Like, seriously.
Salyu couldn't have been like, what the? I can't think of anything but pure evil other than to keep her, even though she has no psychic ability, in this facility. Like, motherfucker. God.
Understandable. If I spoke of Labo's internal state, it could jeopardize the facility's administration.
そこで私が出した条件は
So that's why I came up with one condition.
ユイの記憶を改ざんしラボの実態に関する全記憶を抹消すること
We will fabricate Yui's memory and erase her all her memories relating to the true state of Labo.
それと引き換えにあなたを自由にする
She must
その
have
確約を取り付けたの
She must have worked so hard on this. And they have her over a barrel too, like they holding Natsuhiko basically hostage. My God. In exchange, you'll be set free. That was the definite promise we agreed on. Dang. She really is just a wonderfully kind person in a horrible situation. And all she wanted to do was make discoveries and help people. Jesus Christ. Salyu was surprised for a second. But when she thought about it, her continued existence in Labo had long since lost its meaning. After losing her role as a test subject, Salyu apparently had been treated as discarded. Oh God. I know Hala Mirage, but if you dropped her off in an orphanage, like, at some random spot in the world, that's, you know, like, why would they even think to try to test her DNA with someone like that? Like, why would they even think of doing that, you know? Hala Mirage, it's not like there's a genome database of everybody in the world. Like, they could definitely find her ethnicity, but I don't think they could see who she was related to by a DNA test, especially if she was dropped off at a random orphanage somewhere on the other side of the world. Yeah, 23andMe is a thing, but it's not going to link you to an exact person. After losing her role as a test subject, Salyu had apparently already been treated as discarded. And as long as she had lost her memories of the facility, then even Labo would benefit from getting her out of there.
ユイ正直に答えて
Yui, answer me honestly.
あなたはここを出て自由になりたい
Do you want to leave here and be free? Salyu did not understand why she answered the way she did at the time. Before this moment, not once had she ever held that hope, and yet,
なりたい
I do. Salyu declared with distinct clarity. That was the first decision she'd ever made for herself in her 13 years of life. She chose her own future. Hell yeah!
よく言ったわユイ
Well said, Yui.
あなたに自由と新たな役目を与えてあげる
That is amazing! She could be another sister to Natsuhiko! Ah! I'll grant you freedom, as well as a new role. The professor took Salyu by the hand and out of the room.
記憶操作はもう一人の被験体が行うわ
Another test subject will be performing the memory manipulation.
もう一人って被験体 Y2 が
Another test subject. Subject Y2.
The professor nodded. Salyu hadn't seen Subject Y2's face, but she had heard of her designation. There was a communicator called Subject Y2 in the room next to Salyu's. The professor took Salyu to that room and opened the door. behind the door was a sweet-looking girl.
はじめまして、ゆいちゃん。
Nice to meet you, Yui.
あなたは
Sorry, I have a bit of a sniffle. Crying does not help. Oh, jeez. Jeez.
You're...
私はユーリ、ことのユーリ。
I'm Yuri. Yuri Katona.
あなたの記憶改ざんを行うコミュニケーターよ。
She's the communicator who will be performing the memory manipulation.
残念ながらすぐにお別れになるし、私の記憶も消えちゃうけど。
It's a pity that we have to say goodbye as soon as we're done. And you'll forget your memory of me.
でも私は忘れないよ。
But I won't forget you.
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
Salyu frantically tried to decipher Yuri's feelings as she gave that answer. Salyu would be set free. Yuri would stay confined. That was unfair. So Salyu thought Yuri might be sad, but
謝らないで。ね。私は本当に嬉しいの。
No need to apologize, okay? I'm really happy.
私の力で
she,
あなたを自由にしてあげられることが。
Because I can set you free with my power.
why was she happy? Why was she lying or telling the truth? Salyu had no idea. But from the bottom of her heart, Salyu wished for those words to be true. Soon, the professor took medicine out of her pocket.
ゆい、この薬を飲む。
Yui, take this medicine.
これは
What's this?
ラボがたびたび使用している強力な睡眠薬よ。これを飲んで眠っている間に
It's a powerful sleep medication Labo often uses. Take this and everything will be over while you're asleep.
目が覚めたらあなたは私の遠縁の親戚として外の
Oh
世界
my god! That is so sweet that she actually was the one to raise her. Oh my god! Once you wake up, you'll be living in the outside world as my distant relative. That is so nice.
三宮ルイーズ・ユイという名前で日仏ハーフの戸籍も用意したわ。
And that's actually true. She's half Japanese and half French. A legal identity has been prepared for you under the name of Louise Yui Sanomiya, a half Japanese, half French girl.
三宮。
Sanamiya.
三宮は私の旧姓。ルイーズは
Oh,
気
wow!
高き戦いという意味よ。
Jeez. Oh, yeah, I guess Louise. I guess it's probably the feminine of Louis the 14th, I imagine. So, I guess that's why it would mean renowned warrior. I'm not. I don't know much about French if you can't tell by my inner voice. Sanami is my maiden name. Louise is a name that means renowned warrior.
悪くない。
Not bad.
Yes, I saw you training and I thought you might like it. The professor handed Salyu the medicine. After a moment's hesitation, Salyu swallowed it. It didn't take long before her head began to go hazy.
ゆいちゃん、私のベッドに横になって。
Yui, lie down on my bed.
うん。
Okay.
Salyu plopped onto the bed as told. She heard the professor and Yuri speaking.
13年分の記憶改ざんとなると生半可な量じゃないけど。
I wonder how old mentally Yuri might be to create, like, she's probably done this a lot, to create 13 years worth of memory. Like, dang. You know, Yuri and Natsuko may not have long lives in the physical world, but due to the time dilation inside their minds, they could probably live a full life even if it's not quote-unquote real. "13 years of memory is no trifling matter, I understand."
やってみます。
I'll try. That voice faded into the distance. Salyu strained her eyes and attempted to see Yuri's face clearly one last time, but her eyelids shut against her will. As her sight and hearing sank into the darkness, Salyu felt like she heard the professor's voice.
おやすみなさい。ユイ、
Good night, Yui.
明日からあなたの本当の人生が始まるのよ。
Your real life begins tomorrow. Salyu smiled faintly at those words. And then she fell into a deep sleep. Salyu felt as she were rocking in a cradle. She heard the sound of a car engine. And eventually she heard the professor's voice as well.
ユイ、ユイ、
Yui. Yui.
着いたわよ。
We're here.
そう。
I see.
Once Salyu answered, the car stopped.
さあ、降りなさい。
Let's get off now. Watchers. Jeez. She got out of the car, never before seen sight, spread out before her eyes. A gentle breeze caressed Salyu's cheek. The professor stood next to her and spoke.
よく眠っていたわね。
You slept well.
夢を見ていた。
Oh, good.
I had a dream.
夢？
A dream?
そう、夢。フランスの聖火にいた頃の何もない灰色の日々の。
Yes, a dream. When I was at home in France. Those barren, ashen days.
何も起こらなかったはずなのに、とても悲しい夢だった気がする。
Nothing had happened, but it felt like a very sad dream.
心配しないでいいのよ、ユイ。もうあの屋敷には戻らなくてもいいの。
Don't worry, Yui. There's no need for you to return to that estate anymore.
今日からあなたはこの6名市で暮らすんだから。
Starting today, you live here in Rokame City. Salyu had heard that her parents and the professor had held a discussion. They concluded that Salyu would temporarily be put under the custody of the professor and live in her hometown.
慣れない土地で不便もあるけれど、不自由することはないと思うわ。
I'm sorry that you have to live in an unfamiliar land, but I don't think you'll feel uncomfortable here.
でも、やるべきことがあるでしょ。
But there's something I have to do, isn't there?
偉いわ。よく覚えていたわね。
Good, you remembered.
当然。それよりやるべきことの内容を確認したい。
Of course. More importantly, I want you to go over my role again.
あなたのここでの役目は、私の息子、天川夏彦を守ることよ。
Your role here is to protect my son, Natsuhiko Tenkawa.
何から？
From what?
もろもろの悪意からよ。近頃はこの町も治安が悪くなってるから。
From all kinds of malicious intent. Lately, this town's public order has been going bad.
もっともずっと昔に比べればマシなのかもしれないけど。
Oh, there's a word missing there. Though it might still be better compared to how it was a long time in the past.
昔はどうだったの？
What happened in the past?
かつてはこの町でも反 BC デモやコミュニケーターへの迫害があったし。
There were anti-BC demonstrations and anti-communicator persecution even in a city like this.
その後にもコミュニケーターの住居が直接破壊活動の標的となったの。
Afterwards, communicator residences were the target of direct destructive activity.
その時標的となった建物は半壊し死者も出たわ。
And the targeted homes were partially destroyed. And some people even died.
そう。見た感じ、平和そうな街なのに。
But it looks like such a peaceful city.
ここまで来るの
God,
に
my
16
nose
年
is
の
all-
歳月を要したのよ。
Making every voice sound a bit nasally because I'm fucking crying. Damn it! Oh, jeez. This fucking story, man. It took 16 years to get it, for it to get this far, though.
でもどれだけ強固な砦を築いても
Yep.
完全な平穏は保証されない。この
But
街
not-
にも多くの穴がある。
Goddamn pauses. But not even the strongest fortification can guarantee perfect safety. This town has several holes.
適正度 S の夏彦は他のコミュニケーターより危険な目に遭う確率が高い。
As a rank S aptitude communicator, Natsuko is at a higher risk of danger than others.
でも私は一緒にいてあげられない。だからユイ、あなたが夏彦を守ってあげて。
But I cannot stay with him at all times. So I want you to protect Natsuko for me, Yui.
承知。
Roger.
ありがとう。それじゃあ注意点が一つ。
Thank you. Now, there's one key thing you need to know.
夏彦は幼少時のトラウマがきっかけで
Here we
死んだ
go.
幼馴染の幻影を見続けているの。
Due to childhood trauma, Natsuko keeps seeing a phantom of his childhood friend who died.
幼馴染の名前は琴の優里。
Her name was Yori Kotono, someone you've never met before in your entire life.
ことの有利。
Yori Kotono.
I said you've never met her before in your entire life. For some reason, hearing that name made Salyu feel nostalgic. Indeed, the professor had talked to her about this topic before.
夏彦と会話するときはこの子の名前が突然出てきたりするけど
When you speak with Natsuko, you might suddenly bring up that girl's name.
それについては触れずにそっとしておいてあげて。
But don't touch on the subject. Just go along with it. Just treat it as normal. Gently leave it alone. If we fuck with his delusion, then he is going to enter a catatonic state, and I will just... I don't even know what I would do.
ことの有利についての情報はすでに把握してある。なるべくうまくやるつもり。
I already understand the information concerning Yuri Kotono. I intend to handle the subject with the utmost care.
そう期待しているわ。
Yes. I have high expectations. The professor gently spoke, but Salyu did not understand what those expectations actually were. She was extremely poor at judging what was on people's minds based on facial expression and tone of voice. You know, it's sad that going into too many people's minds is bad for the diver, because that could be used as a therapeutic tool. It's too sad that it has a deleterious effect on the person doing it, because you could do so much good in like therapy with that kind of ability. Like allowing people to like get over or like forget traumatic situations in a way, like I don't know, like there's so much things good that could be done with it. It's too sad and unfortunate that it has a negative effect on the person doing it, because yeah, there's a great amount of evil that it could be used for, but I think just as much of an amount of good can be done with it too. Could revolutionize the field of psychology. Yep. She was extremely poor at judging what was on people's minds based on facial expression and tone of voice.
やはり不安。
I really am anxious after all.
私は他人の心が理解できないし、世の常識もわからない。
I can't understand other people's minds or other forms of any worldly common sense.
そんな私が博士の息子を正しく気遣えるかどうか。
Can someone like me properly care for your son?
そう言うと思ってね、プレゼントを用意したの。
I thought you might say that, so I prepared a present for you. With that, the professor took something out of the card trap. Ah, the weasel! The weasel bot! Here we go. It appeared to be a stuffed ferret or some other similar animal.
ぬいぐるみ？
A stuffed animal.
ただのぬいぐるみじゃないわ。
Not just any stuffed animal, a state-of-the-art stuffed animal.
これはエアーリーディングマスコットシステム、通称アームズといってね。
This is an atmosphere reading mascot system, or ARMS for short.
他人の感情を表情や言動から推測し、あなたに伝える機能を持っているのよ。
Its featured functionality is to give you estimates of emotions based on facial expression, speech, and conduct.
あなたが外の世界で生きていくための大切な指針となるはずだわ。
It should serve as an important guide to help you live in the outside world. Yes, yes, Alice is a ferret, not a weasel. I keep forgetting. They're too similar. Yeah, oh my god, Void Dweller, you're right. It's not a ferret or a weasel, but a tanuki. Of course. It's obviously a tanuki. That's what Takashi would say. And with that explanation, the professor handed the so-called ARMS device to Salyu. A single thought ran through Salyu's head as she looked it over carefully. Cute. The soft texture of its fur was pleasant to touch. She hadn't had an interest in such things before then, but for some reason she really took a liking to it.
人の顔にアームズの目を向けると、その表情を自動的にスキャンするわ。
If you point your arm's eyes towards someone's face, it will automatically scan their facial expression.
それでアームズが楽しげに泣いたら、その人も楽しいと思っているの。
And if Arms cries happily, that person is happy.
表情の他にも声や仕草などを分析して判断を下す優れものよ。
In addition to facial expressions, it's also able to analyze voices and behavior. It's quite good at forming judgments. Arms cried when the professor said that.
楽しそうな鳴き声。ということは、博士は今喜んでる？
It cried happily. Professor, does that mean you're happy right now?
ええ、ユイが喜んでいるみたいだからね。
Yes, I'm happy because you seem to be happy too.
便利。
Useful.
よかった。気に入ったみたいね。
That's great. Looks like it's to your liking. It's also a portable laptop and hacking device, by the way, in case you need to protect Natsuko by, hacking into some security systems and whatnot. But that, no, please, do you actually think that's going to happen? Never mind. The professor smiled and continued talking.
さて、近くにホテルを取ってあるの。今日はそこで私と寝泊まりしましょう。
I love hotels! Hotels are the best! Now then, there's a hotel nearby. You and I are staying there tonight.
博士の家に行くのではないの？
We're not going to your house, Professor.
いきなりだと環境の変化に戸惑うと思うから段階的に慣らしていきましょう。
I think you might be bewildered at such a sudden change in environment. So let's acclimatize you gradually. And with that declaration, the professor took Salyu by the hand and began walking. The same people there, from 7 years ago to today. The two of them walked through town. When she saw a crowd of people larger than any she'd seen back home, Salyu's body began to tremble.
It's kind of scary.
博士、ホテルにはまだ着かないの？
Professor, are we at the hotel yet?
いえ、先にこのショッピングエリアで生活必需品を買おうと思ったのだけど。
No, actually. I thought it'd be better to purchase some daily necessities for you at this shopping area first, so... Right as the professor said that, a voice echoed in Salyu's head. Oh my god, so she was with Professor Chinkawa! That's why she was by there. Oh, Chu-chan! Oh my god. Okay, thank you. If you're too tired, please go to sleep. But thank you so much for dropping by. Yeah, the art, the background art in this game is on another level. It's crazy. And the sprite art is fantastic too. They look like they're straight out of an anime.
Get away from there, Masaru. There's gasoline.
Salyu gasped with the sudden yell.
博士、今のは。
Professor, what was that?
Oh, crap baskets. Looks like me hiring you as a bodyguard was serendipitous.
When Salyu asked that question, the professor's face froze.
今の
Oh, was that?
まさか夏彦の
It couldn't be. Natsuhiko? Oh, God. Did the Krillin thing happen? Oh, God, who's this Krillin? It's Masaru, isn't it, I bet?
The professor looked around in a panic. Why did I say that?
とうとう能力がいやそれよりどこで
Have his abilities finally. No, more importantly.
博士、
Professor.
まずいわこれ上に知られたら
Oh, shit. Not good. If the upper brass catches wind of this.
The professor muttered to herself. She seemed so taken aback that she didn't even hear Salyu's words. Soon the professor's PDA rang. Jeez, oh god. She gasped and picked it up.
はい天川です
Yes, this is Jinkawa.
先ほど私も知覚しましたおそらく特艦何号のテレパシーです
Yes, I just perceived it as well. That was probably Special Observation Target NA2's telepathy.
承知そんな早計すぎます
What measures? No, that's too hasty!
まだテレパシーだけですよ超過極基準に照らせば
It was only telepathy, you know! According to the PRC criteria.
The professor seemed to be arguing on the phone with someone. Salyu waited for there for a while, but the call continued for 10, then 20 minutes without any sign of stopping. Oh god damn it, the cat's playing with like a lid of something. Jeez.
Did some sort of problem happen?
Salyu didn't understand a thing. When she had grown bored of waiting, she eventually heard a crowd stirring across the street.
I wonder what it is.
Salyu walked in the direction of the commotion, making sure not to get too far away from the professor. On the other side of the street, there was a car crashing into a street light. Apparently, there was a motor vehicle accident. A fire engine could be seen approaching from the distance.
Yes, there I am, the hero of this story. Ha ha!
And then in the midst of the crowd of onlookers, Salyu's eyes fell on someone.
That boy's Dr. Jinkawa's son.
That should have been the first time she saw him. Yet for some reason he looked familiar. Had the professor shown him her a picture of him before? At that time, he too turned Salyu's way. How would she have possibly known him before?
Yes, I'm going to do my Gendo Ikari impression.
Their eyes met and locked. And then, just then, arms started violently squeaking like an alarm bell. Oh no, does he see me as hostile?
No, you're just standing there menacingly.
Salyu became frightened and quickly fled. When she got back to where the professor was, this phone call was just about over.
わかりました。それではそのように。
Yes. Yes. Understood. Then we'll go with that. The professor sighed and hung up. When she noticed Salyu, she spoke to her.
ごめんなさい。待たせたわね。
Sorry about the wait. Dealing with absolute literal monsters on the phone can be quite taxing.
電話はもういいの？
Finish with the phone.
ちょっと忙しくなりそうだけど、大丈夫よ。心配ないわ。
Oh, it looks like things are about to get busy, but I'm okay. And don't worry about me.
今の電話の件については、今後夏彦に会った時も話さないでちょうだい。
Please don't mention that phone call just now to Natsuko when you meet him, okay?
わからないけど、
I
わかった。
don't understand, but okay.
ありがとう。とにかく一度ホテルに行きましょう。買い物は後で私がするから。
Thank you. Anyway, let's go to the hotel. I'll take care of the shopping later. Professor grabbed Salyu's hand and started walking again. Along the way, Salyu asked the professor a question.
ところで博士、先ほどの話だけど、
By the way, Professor, back to what we were talking about.
Huh?
博士の息子を守るという件について、なぜ私にそんな役目を？
The matter about protecting your son. Why choose me for that role?
博士ほどの地位や財産があれば、いくらでも有能なボディーガードを雇えるはず。なのになぜこの私に？
Someone with your position and assets should be able to employ as many capable bodyguards as you'd like. So why just choose me?
Because you're inconspicuous, and no one would expect you to have the insane amount of martial arts knowledge and strength and power you have.
Oh god, the freaking... The cat's activated the TV, god damn it, I fucking swear. Son of a bitch. God. Seriously? They've never done that before. Fucking hell. Oh god, I'm so sorry. The professor quietly answered Salyu's question.
あなたに役目を与えたいのよ。
I wanted to give you a role.
役目？
A role.
そう、役目。
Yes, a role.
この役目は息子のためだけじゃない。あなたのためでもあるの。
It's not just for my son's sake, it's for yours as well.
あなたも夏彦も心に欠けた部分がある。でもだからこそ共に補完し合えるはず。
Both Natsuko's mind and yours are lacking in some areas. But that's exactly why you can complete each other.
私は期待しているの。私が夏彦に与えられないものをユイに与えてくれること。
Oh my god. You guys. Y'all are the best. You know that? Y'all are the best.
I have high hopes for you, Yui. Hopes that you can give Natsuko what I cannot.
私がユイに与えられないものを夏彦が与えてくれること。
Hopes that Natsuko can give you what I cannot.
I don't understand.
よくわ
そうよね。
God damn it, I clicked it too fast.
いずれきっとわかるはずよ。
I know, but I'm sure one day you will.
この役目を果たした時、あなたの空洞は埋まるんだ。
Once you've fulfilled your role, your void will be filled.
The professor spoke with a smile. Salyu didn't understand the professor's true intentions, but that one word resonated strongly with her mind.
A role, huh?
She didn't understand why she was so fascinated by something as boring as bodyguard work. But Salyu was aware there was something she had longed for.
I'm not confident I can do it. I'll try my best.
And so we get caught up with the story. Salyu stayed up in a hotel on her first day in Rokame City. There she received an informative lecture on the uses of arms and various points of caution relating to her new life. God damn it, the cat just wants to make noise today. Fucking hell, let me just take that thing away. Seriously. Coco, stop making noise. Or I'll kick your ass. Okay, there we go. There she received an informative lecture. I already read that. The next morning, Dr. Tinkawa took her from the hotel to the school. The end of the road. Hilarious, GAs. Of course, I wouldn't actually do that. Circumstances were unclear, but according to the professor, Rokame Academy was the only school that would admit Salyu. It was a little disheartening to stand in front of the school. Dr. Tinkawa had accompanied all the way to the school gate, and Salyu was on her own from there on.
I don't know if this will go well.
As Salyu nervously waited in front of the classroom, she was addressed by the homeroom teacher who greeted her earlier.
そうよ。それじゃ、佐野宮さん、入ってきて。
Indeed, she's. Now then, Miss Sanomiya, please come on in. Oh my god, a mysterious transfer student. Oh god, of course Masaru would make that connection. Come on, Masaru, what are the odds seriously that she would usher in a new era of all our lives into some fantastic adventure filled with psychic powers and danger and fighting terrorists? Of course not, Eiko, don't you see? You just awaken your powers. Oh god.
So you fired herself up and entered the classroom as instructed.
はい。それじゃあ自己紹介してね。
Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself now.
三宮ルイーズゆい。
Louise Yui Sonomiya.
And thus, she somehow managed to handle the hurdle of introducing herself. But Salyu was afraid of the crowd of students in the classroom. And once homeroom ended,
はい、ボンジュール。マドモアゼルルイーズ。
Oh, Machiro! How long has it fucking been?
As a Frenchwoman, I am deeply offended by your pitiful attempt at a French accent, Anna. You're a fake Frenchwoman, you bring shame to my people.
Thank you for that, cheers. Hey! Bonjour! Mademoiselle Louise! How do you like that? It's my French! An energetic girl called out to her. Sudden voice startled Salyu. It was Mashiro Toba. She said she wanted to be Salyu's friend. I would, oh my god, Salyu. Wow. I would think the same exact thing, but no, Salyu is actually sincere. Salyu is actually sincere. I mean, not, Mashu is actually sincere. Seriously, I would be thinking the same exact thing as this.
Really? I hope she's not plotting anything.
Salyu sank into paranoia for a second before suddenly realizing something important. This girl seemed to be that friend of Natsuko's that the professor mentioned and shipped with her son. Natsuko himself was nearby. In that case, Salyu thought it'd be best for her to make friends with him. When Salyu agreed to be their friend, Mashiro jumped for joy.
さて、なんて呼んだらいいかな。
And now then, what should we call you?
そうだ、サリュっていうのはどう？
Oh, I know, Salyu!
How's that?
別にそれでもいい。
Well, I don't see why not. Actually, it's a rather beautiful nickname.
Salyu was pronounced like Salut, which was French for hi. I did not know that, actually.
A salutation.
What?! I swear I didn't know this was gonna happen! What the fuck?! How does this keep happening?! It's always with this game, too! How does this keep happening?! Gotcha! Oh my god! I can't believe this! Wow! How the fuck does this keep happening?
A salutation. The beginning of communication. It's like an encouraging boost to my perseverance.
The title of the stream, I mean, cheers.
I feel like my first contact with them went pretty well too.
Salyu was secretly full of joy, and thus began her new life.
I hope Mashiro is not planning anything.
Meanwhile, Mashiro. All according to Keiko! Thank you, cheers. But the day's lessons ended before she really had any good opportunities to have a nice and slow conversation with them. After the PRC field trip, Salyu had Dr. Shingawa pick her up. She waited by the side of the building for a while, and eventually the professor's car approached and stopped.
Yui, お疲れ様。
Good work today, Yui.
博士、
Professor.
学園生活初日はどうだった？
My Salyu voice is slowly becoming one with like an Entrapta kind of voice. I just realized. With the Tita voice, it's the same. I realized it's the same voice I used for her in Trails. How was your first day at school?
疲れたけど、夏彦と真白に接触できた。
I'm tired. I did establish contact with Natsuko and Mashiro.
そう、予定通りね。仲良くなれた？
Good. All according to Keikaku. Were you able to get along with them?
かなり。もう友達になった。
Quite. We're already friends now.
Suddenly, Arms cried anxiously.
博士は不安に思っている。なぜ？
Professor. Oh, sorry.
Professor, you're feeling anxious. Why?
いえ、気のせいよ。
No! It's just your imagination. Why would you ever think that?
Because this literal emotion detecting device you gave me is telling me that.
Oh. Perhaps even Arms was capable of making a misjudgment. The professor didn't seem to have anything to be anxious about in any case.
ともかく、今日から我が家で寝泊まりすることになるわ。家に行きましょう。
Anyway, starting from today, you'll be living at my house. Let's head over there.
あの子もおそらく反対しないはず。
I'm fairly certain that not even that boy will object.
承知した。
Understood.
But once they had gone to the Tenkawa residence and reunited with Nakazawa and Mashiro, Natsuko objected to Salyu moving in.
That's strange. Nobody told me to expect this development. But I thought we were already friends. I haven't even touched on the Phantom subject. What did I do wrong?
But the professor quickly departed, leaving the confused Salyu to her own devices.
私がこの家に住むと迷惑
Is it a bother for me to live in this house?
だとしたら話が違う博士は夏彦たちは反対しないはずと言っていたのに
This isn't what the professor said would happen. She said you guys wouldn't object.
Salyu twitched in fear when she saw that expression on Natsuko's face.
Even someone like me can understand that expression.
Natsuko was mad, and Salyu had a feeling she knew to whom that anger was directed.
It can't be. Am I a nuisance? I haven't even done anything yet.
The thought saddened her. The happiness she had finally gained had suddenly withered. We go with the talk outside. In a desperate effort to open her heart to Natsuko even just a little, she even tried talking to him about her role, but
私はあなたを守るためにここへ来たというのに
I was sent here to protect you after all.
僕を守る
You. Protect me. You, tiny little 4-foot-something girl, to protect me.
Yeah.
What? Do you have, like, super strength like some kind of Japanese anime? Oh, now I sound like bloody Mashiro.
Actually, I know all kinds of martial arts.
Of course you do. Yes, I imagine you took some kind of Saturday afternoon karate classes, or something to that effect.
No, more like years of jujitsu, Krav Maga, and various martial arts from around the world.
You have quite an imagination.
I don't see what you're getting at.
Natsuko only stared blankly. He didn't seem happy at all.
He really isn't accepting me. Why does he have to be so cruel to me? I've done nothing wrong.
Salyu couldn't understand a thing that was on Natsuko's mind. And thus, the first day of Salyu's new life came to an anxious end. She was wondering if things get worse from there a bit. Starting the next day, things took a turn for the better. She went shopping with Natsuko and Mashiro and opened her heart to them a little bit. And after Natsuko asked her about how they had met at the scene of the accident 2 days prior, Salyu gathered the courage to tell him about her weakness.
実は私は他者の表情や感情の変化を察するのがとても苦手
To be honest, I'm very poor at understanding the nuances of people's emotions and facial expressions.
これがあってようやく人とまともにコミュニケートできる
It's thanks to this thing that I can finally communicate properly with people.
And with that, she showed arms to Natsuko.
だから新しい生活に馴染めるか不安だっただけどアームズがあればなんとかやっていけそう
That's why I was uneasy about adapting to a new life. But with arms, I think I can somehow manage.
そうだったのか
So, that's how it was.
Natsuko fell silent into Salyu's words for a few moments, before timidly speaking up.
あのさサリュ
Say, Salyu?
何
What is it?
悪かったな今まで態度悪く接しててさ
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for always acting so hostile towards you.
It was still an awkwardly stilted conversation, but it didn't feel unpleasant at all.
I've learned something. The key to good communication might be honesty. You should open up your heart and come into contact with others, even if they seem scary.
That was an epiphany to Salyu.
Ta-da! Look at this! This is my ultimate power! Fuck the psychic abilities! I am a world-class chef!
And that night, Mashiro threw a welcome party for Salyu.
お待たせ
Okay, thanks for waiting!
おお
Holy crap baskets!
素晴らしい
Magnificent.
The food was very delicious, but above all else, it was Mashiro's consideration that delighted Salyu.
She's gentle and she doesn't hide behind a mask. Her speech and conduct match almost perfectly with Alice's judgment. Oh, she's so badass. Everything she says seems to be genuine.
Even though Salyu couldn't understand the minds of others, she felt like she could believe Mashiro unconditionally. Seriously, Mashiro is literally a fucking saint. Like, literally. Afterwards, they all talked about novels and had a fun time. Yeah. Once Mashiro went home, Salyu tried asking Natsuko a question.
今日はみんな楽しそうにしているように見えた夏彦も楽しかった
It looked to me like everyone had fun today. Did you have fun, Natsuko?
そりゃもちろんサリは楽しくなかったのか
Hmm? Oh, well, of course. Did you have a bad time, Salyu?
いや
No.
私もすごく楽しかった
I had a lot of fun too.
When Salyu said that with a smile, Natsuko smiled back. If only days like this could continue forever. That's what Salyu wished. Oh, but that peace did not last long. The next night, Natsuko and Mashiro got into a fight, even though Salyu thought they were getting along.
もう夏彦には頼らないよじゃあね
I can't count you for anything anymore, Natsuko! Goodbye!
おいちょっと待てよマシロ
Hey, wait a second, Mashiro. Oh, crap, crap, crap.
And the next day, Salyu herself got into a fight with
真
Natsuko.
白の言葉を信じていないなら放っておけばいいのでは
If you don't believe Masha, then why don't you just leave her alone?
Yes, Chase, but then everything changed when the fire department attacked. Oh my god.
あのなちょっと冷たすぎじゃないか
Hey, don't you think you're being a little too cold?
そんなんじゃ友達できないぞ
You're not going to make any friends like that.
Those words gouged out Salyu's heart. She'd never expected one of her first ever friends to say that to her.
If I talk to him honestly, then maybe.
When she got that idea, Salyu talked one more time about a peculiar trait, about the dysfunctional part of her brain, and how as a result she couldn't understand other people's feelings in the slightest.
日本に来て夏彦たちと出会い楽しいこともあったけど混乱することも多く時々怖くなる
I came to Japan, met all of you, and had fun. But at times I've also been confused and also scared.
やっぱり他人と触れ合うべきではなかったのかもしれない
Perhaps I really wasn't meant to interact with other people.
God. Salyu spoke on the verge of tears, but Natsuko replied in a subdued voice.
他人と触れ合うべきではなかったなんてそんなこと言うなよ
Don't tell yourself you weren't meant to interact with other people.
確かに他人の気持ちなんて僕らにはわからないよ
It's true that we can't understand other people's feelings.
僕やサリュに限った話じゃないんだ誰だってそんなことわかるわけないんだ
When I say we can't understand other people's feelings, I don't just mean you and me, Salyu. Nobody truly can.
私だけじゃなくてみんな同じなの？
It's not just me, but everyone.
そうだよ。だけどそれでも僕らは分かろうとする努力をするべきなんじゃないか。
That's right. But don't you think we should still try our best to understand each other regardless?
他人の心が分からなくても努力し続けるのが、つまりは人を思いやるってことで。
You don't need a full understanding of what's on other people's minds. But as long as you keep striving for it, in other words, as long as you keep other people in consideration,
それはきっと自分のためにも他人のためにもなることでさ。
then I'm sure things will turn out for the best, both for you and for those you interact with.
そう思わなきゃ誰にも優しくなれないじゃないか。
And unless you afford that kindness to others, nobody will be kind to you, will they?
His words reverberated in Salyu's mind.
I see. If everyone's the same way, then I'm just wasting my time worrying about it alone. Perhaps Natsuko has the same sort of worries I do inside. He overcame those worries to say all that.
You know, Salyu is a girl of few words, but she has a lot of thoughts in her head. I really love this going into her perspective.
This is what it means to sympathize with someone.
At that time, Salyu felt like she gained at least a slight understanding of Natsuko's incomprehensible boyish mind.
Then I need to respond by trying to sympathize with Natsuko too.
Salyu reconciled with Natsuko and the two of them decide to search for Mashiro together.
落ち着いて考えよう。真白を見つける方法を私も一緒に考えるから。
Let's calm down and think about a way to find her. I'll help.
ああ、
Yes, let's go, team!
They were grouped with Mashiro in front of the melancholic city gate. They searched for terrorists and trespassed in the PRC. Oh, here we go. We're fast forwarding now. And as a result of a misunderstanding there, they became a target for the security department. Oh yeah, my SO has made it their mission in life to get me to talk more. Like as I've said before, if there wasn't a video game in front of me to do voices for and comment on, I would never have things to say. I hardly ever talk in real life. Just except like if I'm giving a lab presentation or explaining something to somebody, then I talk. But like as for normal conversation, that may as well be like Greek to me. I just get way too scared and embarrassed. Like, why the fuck would anyone want to hear what I have to say? But I love doing this shit here. See, I can totally empathize with that G-Ace as well. And as a result of a misunderstanding there, they became a target for the security department. And thus they spent the night at a karaoke box. Yep, going fast forward. Salyu's life began to take a huge change. She couldn't recommend Natsuko and Mashiro stepping into danger, but in the corner of her mind, she enjoyed it.
It's kind of like an adventure. Just like as Mashiro would say, one of those Japanese animes. I should really watch some of them. It might possibly contradict my role, but I think I might like this sort of thing.
The adventure continued to the next day. And the next day. And the next day. And the next day. As they encountered the PRC explosion, they realized the enemy's real target was Labo's nuclear reactor, which totally existed. And they confronted the terrorists at the ruined factory. They suffered a temporary defeat. But once they woke up from being knocked out, the three kids talked. Natsuko decided to head to Labo to prevent the terrorist plot. And so Salyu and Mashiro chose to cooperate with him as well.
ああ、もうどうしてそんなに二人とも分からずやなんだ。
Ah, jeez Louise, how can you two be so stubborn?
彦に言われたくないよ。3人とも考えが一緒なだけだよ。
I don't want to hear it from you, Natsuko! The three of us just have the same idea in mind!
全く同感。
Total agreement.
And the three kids smiled at each other. They eventually sorted out their story.
それじゃいいかい、2人とも。
Okay then. Ready, guys? Let's go!
了解。
Roger.
いつでも行けるよ。
I'm ready to go when you are.
行こう。この町を守りに。
Let's go! To protect the city!
Oh, good, Natsuko!
Salyu nodded and broke off into a dash. Alongside the two precious friends that fate had brought to her in that city. Oh, I've been there. I've been in that place, Void Dweller. Oh God. My parents, like when I was younger, spent so much trying to get me to, like, join various things that I just didn't want to do. Like, seriously. They may call us the participation trophy generation, but I don't recall ever actually wanting to do any of that bullshit. Maybe they should have that title. Because they force us to do this shit. It's not our fucking choice. And thus, the three kids hurried to Labo to stop the terrorist plot. But by the time they got there, it was already too late. Like, I just want to stay home and do what I like.
What?
At least as a child, you know.
Oh God. Deja vu all over again.
They missed the window of opportunity to stop the terrorist plot by just a short amount of time. Oh my God, it's that thing! The only neat thing to do, that's from, fucking, 13 Sentinels. I know that's a reference to something, but it does sound quite silly.
The only neat thing to do.
It sounds like something very, like, you know, goofy, like,
That's super neato.
I do know it is a reference to something, but I have no idea what that something is. After they had descended to the basement floors of the blazing building, they searched for an exit and Dr. Tenkawa. Along the way, they ran into the terrorists.
夏彦真白、逃げて。
Natsuko Mashiro, run!
Salyu promptly yelled.
Salyu!
私がここでこいつを倒す。一人はもう気絶しているから、1対1ならなんとかなる。
I'll get rid of him. The other one's fainted, so I can manage one-on-one combat.
だったら僕も。
Then let me help.
ダメ。夏彦たちじゃ足手まといにしかならない。
No,
人質に
Natsuko.
取られたら対処できない。
Trust me, I literally can fight. You guys will only drag me down. I can't deal with a hostage situation if they get you.
夏彦たちはその間に出口を探して、見つけたらテレパシーで私に連絡を。
You guys go find an exit. If you find one, contact me through telepathy.
Salyu had judged that to be the most logical course of action. Hello, Devon Fiegel. Welcome to the stream. That seems to be an odd turn of phrase. What does that exactly even mean? Oh, it is a sci-fi novel. Thank you for that, Jace. It's quite an odd turn of phrase. I wonder if it's something that has to do with what happens in the novel specifically. Oh yeah, ages ago. Cheers. Fantastic science fiction. It is just a love letter to sci-fi movies of the 80s and 90s. Seriously, fantastic. But after Natsuko and Mashiro had fled and Salyu had knocked down the two terrorists, a new terrorist appeared. Salyu immediately drop-kicked him, but the force of the impact merely shattered the enemy's faceplate. Jeez,
The third terrorist threw off his protection suit and spoke.
また君か。
You again, huh?
またあなたなの。
So we meet again. Somehow you're my arch nemesis.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
He was the man who had knocked Salyu out last night in the ruined factory.
悪いことは言わん。さっさと逃げろ。
Just a word of warning. Get out.
早く逃げないと隔壁が閉ざされ、脱出不可能になるぞ。火星も激しさを増し、焼け死ぬかもしれん。
With the bulkheads, we'll shouldn't trap your ass in here. The fires will get worse and you could even burn to death.
どうやら子供の正義感で俺たちの計画を阻止しようと思ってるみたいだ。
Seems to me like you're trying to thwart our plan without some childish sense of justice, but
自分の身を危険にさらしてまで俺と戦って何を。
what good is fighting me if it means putting your body in such extreme danger?
Now that he mentioned it, what would be the purpose of fighting this man? It was already well beyond the scope of Salyu's role.
Why am I going so far to...
Oh shit! Her thoughts were interrupted by a gunshot. Wait, yeah, who the fuck shot her? It's gotta be one of the other two. Her arm felt like it was on fire. Crap! When Salyu turned around in shock, she spotted one of the terrorists she had flung away, pointing his gun at her.
何をやっている。子供に銃など。
Dumbass, the hell are you doing shooting at a child?
お前こそ何やってるんだ。こんなところで孫ついてる暇はないだろう。
Hell are you doing? There's no time to be standing around, is there?
The terrorists started quarreling. Salyu took that opportunity to get out of there.
I can't win against guns. I need a weapon of my own. Give me a weapon.
And then she just goes to Halo. She gets the Halo 1 pistol and then just like kills everyone in a single shot. With that thought in mind, she searched for Natsuko and Mashito. They found each other at opposite sides of a wrecked emergency staircase. Salyu spoke as the other two worried about her.
敵は体格、腕力に優れ、数も不明。
Dojima and Hiyama were Watase's guys. So I'd imagine they've already been brainwashed at this point. Because I know they spent more time with her.
The enemy has exceptional physical strength and unknown numbers. Our odds don't look good.
じゃあサリュ降りてきてくれ。一緒に逃げよう。
Okay, Salyu, and come down here. Let's escape together.
いや、この腕じゃここは降りられない。夏彦たちが上がってくるのも難しいと思う。
They weren't brainwashed by this point, they're just assholes. My god. So they're just like ridiculously trigger happy. What the fuck are these guys?
No, I can't climb down with this arm. I think it'd be difficult for you guys to climb up too.
Oh wow, that is super interesting, jeez. Dojima, if you pay close attention, has been shown to be trigger happy even before the brainwashing. Yeah, seriously. I guess Watase didn't know him as well as he thought he did.
だから別々に逃げよう。
So let's split up and escape separately.
そんな、サリは一人で大丈夫なの？
No! What do you mean by okay by yourself, Salyu?
大丈夫。でも根拠を話している時間はない。
I will. But there's no time to say my reasoning.
だから PC で。
So let's use BC.
Salyu said that, hoping they would use empathy on her. She calmed down her mind and thought of the message she wanted to send them. My god, Dojima is just a piece of garbage. He literally wanted to murder children. What the? And without even brainwashing. Oh yeah, then he definitely deserved what happened to him. Shoot. Watase, how did you even get to be friends like that? With someone like that? Fucking hell. Yeah, I'm glad Hiyama at least didn't seem to be like that.
So yeah, thank you for that, Chie. So yeah, there is a difference between Dojima and Yama. They're not just like, basically, just a generic dude. That is super interesting, Gies.
I finally found life interesting for once. I don't want it to end like this. I truly enjoyed these past 6 days. These are my true feelings. What I've always wanted to tell you all.
Even though Salyu was by no means an eloquent speaker, she was able to express herself honestly if she used pure emotions. It appeared that they had received her message.
わかった。この二人のことは僕に任せろ。
Okay, leave these two to me.
もう一度約束だ。全員生きて外で会おう。
Promise me one thing, that we'll all live long enough to meet again on the outside.
Promise.
On that note, Salyu left. Blood seeped endlessly from the wound on her upper arm.
My brachial vein's damaged. I need to treat it immediately.
Set a trap along the connecting passageway to prevent the terrorists from chasing after her. Oh wow, that's smart. That is smart as hell. Jeez. And in the area at the end of the passageway, she acquired a security card. A disaster prevention manual, and finally a stapler.
I can do temporary first aid with this.
Jesus Christ! Wow! She must have nerves of steel to staple her own skin. With an actual stapler and not like a medical one. My god! Oh my god, wow, she is certified badass. Luckily, the bullet had pierced all the way through. Salyu took the stapler to the gunshot wound in her arm and stitched. Ouch! She stifled her voice and treated the exit wound as well. Holy shit! Jeez! She sank to the floor, breathing roughly. For now, she had averted a medical emergency.
Now what do I do from here?
The terrorist's words echoed in her head.
悪いことは言わん。さっさと逃げろ。
Just a word of warning. Get out.
自分の身を危険にさらしてまで俺と戦って何になる。
What good is fighting me if it means putting your body in such extreme danger?
She could very well do what he said and run away. Yeah, that would need to be a really badass stapler to be able to go through human skin that easily. That could have easily been very messy. Holy shit, jeez. But if the terrorist's goal was to destroy the town in its entirety with nuclear meltdown, then running away was pretty much pointless.
I can't just run away. I mustn't run away. If we don't prevent the meltdown, if we don't stop them,
The city would be destroyed. Well, there is no reactor, but atomic dust would rain on Atsuko, Macho, Dr. Tenkawa, and everyone else. There's only one way to stop it.
I won't run away. What I need to do now is not to run. I need to get in the robot. I've been spending too much time with Machido.
But to fight. To defeat the terrorists, put an end to their plan.
夏彦たちを守る
Because my role
それが私の役目だから
is to protect Natsuko and the others.
A faint smile rose to Salyu's lips. With courage welling in her heart, she began to walk once more. Back to reality. Natsuko and Yuri return to reality. Oops, there goes gravity.
ヒコリサリュちゃん大丈夫
Hikorin, Salyu, are you okay? Yuri's voice felt so far away. Here we are. Well, here we are. We finished, there's only one person's mind left to jump into. Yuri's voice felt so far away. Natsuko just gritted his teeth without answering.
Salyu had the toughest pass out of all of us.
Everything he saw in Salyu's memory wrenched Natsuko's heart, like seriously. Hers is absolutely the worst. My god. And right in front of him, Salyu cries.
知らない方がきっと幸せだった
I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry! Oh, did we need to do that for the true ending? Oh god.
I probably would have been happier not knowing that.
Yuri, change it back! Change it back! Takesies backsies!
ごめん
I'm sorry.
Natsuko regretted his decision. He should have followed Yuri's advice. But Salyu quickly shook her head and continued speaking.
謝る必要はない
No need to apologize.
それでも何も知らないより知った方がきっといい
It's probably still better for me to know than not know I've known a thing.
いろいろ考えるのはその後でいいそうでしょ夏彦
We can think about everything later. Alright, Natsuko?
Salyu smiled through her tears. With a facial expression that closely resembled the one Dr. Tenkawa used in Salyu's memory.
私の人生が灰色だったとしてもこの数日間の思い出は彩りに満ちていた
Even if my life was ashen, the memories of these last few days filled it with color.
その思い出があればどんな過去にも耐えられるから
Oh god.
As long as I have those memories, I can overcome any past.
She shut her eyes and murmured. Tears ran down her cheeks and fell to the floor. Jesus Christ. Natsuko could tell she was pushing herself. Seeing her shed tears for the first time was proof enough.
Damn it. Is there nothing I can do to support her?
Salyu said she wanted him to support her if he could. So if there was anything he could do for her.
That's it. I'll show her my mind and heart.
It was not an abuse of his ability. In fact, it was likely the right way to use it. With that firm belief, Natsuko gently grasped Salyu's hand.
サリュ
Salyu?
As Salyu's body stiffened, Natsuko gazed at her and sent her telepathy. Telepathy infused with his gratitude, affection, and all his feelings for her.
君と一緒に過ごした数日は僕にとっても大切な思い出になった
The days I spent with you are precious memories to me too.
君に出会えてよかったよ僕も君のおかげで少しだけ変われたんだ
I'm so glad I met you. I've changed a little thanks to you too.
だけど楽しいのはこの数日だけじゃないよ
But nobody said the fun times would have to end with these few days.
これからきっとたくさんいいことがある僕らが君とずっと一緒にいるから
I'm sure there are tons of great things to come. Because we're always with you.
Salyu said nothing. She just silently grasped Natsuko's hands back. Yuri laid her hand on top of theirs and spoke.
脱出しようねみんなで
Let's get everybody out of here. Together.
マシロンも一緒に4人であの家に帰ろう
Hell yeah! Let's go back to that home with Mashiron. The four of us. Oh, and then they could be there. Yuri could be there for real. That is so great. Natsuko, you got two sisters. Salyu nodded, wiping her tears. Natsuko nodded and murmured.
あとは立花さんが戻れば脱出できるけど。
Well, all that's left is to get Miss Tachibana back and then we can get the fuck out of here.
でも
Yeah, but
外には保安ロッカがいるかもしれない。
security sector 6 might be waiting outside.
Huh?
隔壁が閉じてからもう10時間近く経つよね。だったらラボ側も被験体の逃走について手を打ってるはず。
Nearly 10 hours have already passed since the bulkhead's locked down, which means Labo must already be taking measures to ensure the test subjects don't escape.
私たちは保安課にマークされてる。このまま隔壁が開いたら。
Security sector 6 has us marked. Once the bulkhead's open,
保安ロッカに捕まってまた幽閉されてしまうか。
Security Sector 6 will capture you and confine you again.
now that she mentioned it, nobody inside knew what the situation was on the outside.
外の様子が知りたいな。BC で誰かに連絡できないか。
Really makes you want to know what's going on out there. Is there anyone we can contact via BC?
外にはたくさん人がいるだろうけど、信用できる知り合いとなるといそうにないよ。
I'm sure there are lots of people outside, but I don't know if there's anyone we can trust. Did Hyogo Matsu? Oh, the commander, yep. What's his boss? The commander might have been trustworthy, but he wouldn't know the kids. Besides, they didn't know his characteristic brain waveforms, so they couldn't send him directional telepathy.
BC のことはよくわからないけど、天川博士と連絡はできないの？
That's a good idea.
I don't know much about BC, but couldn't you contact Dr. Tenkawa?
そうか、母さんか。
That's right, Mum!
They certainly could trust Dr. Tenkawa, and the possibility that she was on alert outside Lava was high. Then Yuri shook her head.
私もそう思って閉じ込められた当初、何度も連絡してたんだけど、繋がらなかったの。
I thought so too. So I tried contacting her several times after we locked in, but I couldn't connect.
Is it because of the bulkheads?
そうかもしれない。ダブル X 粒子のエネルギー量がこれだけ高まっていれば、外にも通信できると思ったんだけど。
Maybe. I was thinking that maybe we could contact the outside with WX particle energy this high, though. Seemed worth another shot. Natsuko concentrated his mind.
母さん、聞こえるかい？僕だ、夏彦だ。
Mum, can you hear me? It's me, Natsuko.
He then tried using empathy. No response.
もし聞こえていたら答えを念じてくれ。それを僕がエンパシーで聞く。
If you can hear me, please focus on your answer. Listen in for it with empathy.
母さんももう知ってると思うけど、僕は BC 能力に目覚めたんだ。
Might already know this, but I've awoken to my BC ability and become one of the greatest psychics that ever lived.
He tried using empathy again. No
母
response.
さんの助けが必要なんだよ。もし聞こえていたら、脱出に手を貸してくれ。
Mum, we need your help. If you can hear me, please help us escape.
He tries using empathy once more. In the third attempt.
夏彦なの？
Oh, yeah! Natsuko badass! Natsuko, is that you? The professor's voice echoed in his head.
母さん、やっぱりいたのか。
Mum, so you really are there.
いるわ。本当に夏彦なのね。
I am. Oh, it's really you, Natsuko.
私はもう心配で胸が張り裂けるかと。
I was so worried. I thought my heart was going to burst.
Yes, it worked.
Natsuko gave Yuri and Salyu an okay sign and continued communicating with the professor.
母さん、ユーリとずっと通信できてなかったみたいだけど、何かあったのか。
Mum, it seems Yuri hasn't been able to contact you all day. Did something happen?
テロ発生直後の爆発に巻き込まれて病院で治療を受けていたの。
I got caught in an explosion immediately following the start of the terrorist attack. So I received treatment in the hospital.
つい2時間ほど前に戻ってきて、今は
I just got back about 2 hours ago. Right now.
Oh god damn it! Professor's voice abruptly cut off.
母さん、声が聞こえないよ。
Mum, I can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm going through a tunnel.
Hey, jeez.
これでどう？
How's this?
あ、聞こえた。何が起きてるんだ？
Huh? I can hear you now. What's going on?
床に頭を押し付けてみたら通信できるようになったわ。
I tried putting my head to the floor. Looks like we can connect better that way.
すでに知ってるかもしれないけど、地下1階と地上1階を隔てる床と隔壁には分厚い BC 絶縁体が使われてるの。
You might already know this, but the floors and bulkheads separating the basements from the ground levels are constructed with thick BC insulators.
今は WX 粒子エネルギー量が高まっているから、なんとか通信できるみたいだけど。
We seem to be able to connect since the WX particle energy levels are high, but
一定の域値を下回ったら再び通信不可能になるわ。
if they drop past a certain threshold, then connection will be rendered impossible once more. That meant that even though they had finally connected, there was a high possibility that they'd lose contact soon enough. The professor hurriedly asked Natsuko a question.
時間がないわ。聞かせて夏彦。そっちの状況はどうなっているの？
We don't have time. Answer me, Natsuko. How's the situation over there?
Right.
Natsuko summarized the situation. The current incident was a terrorist attack by Q.
Everything is Ukita's fault.
Of course. Seriously, I should have realized. How Natsuko and Mashiro were heavily injured. How the conditions inside got insane due to the influence of Cedric N's malice. But inside of the severe situation, survivors were slowly gathering and formulating a plan to escape.
で、母さん、僕らも外の状況が知りたいんだ。
So, Mum, tell me about the situation outside too.
そっちはどうなってる？隔壁が開いたら僕らは逃げられるのか？
How's it going on your side? Will we be able to escape once the bulkhead's open?
The professor painfully answered.
逃げるのは難しいわ。外には保安ロッカーが待機している。
Escape will probably be difficult. Security Sector 6 is on standby outside.
やっぱりか。
I knew it.
ラボ上層部はここで起きた出来事を全てなかったことにするつもりなの。
Labo's top brass wants it to make sure that this whole thing never happened.
KSN の終了が近づき、突入の準備をしているのよ。
They're preparing to rush inside once the case end lifts.
数時間前、主電源の供給がカットされたでしょ。
The main power supply cut out a few hours ago, didn't it?
ああ。
Yes.
あの時間に主電源を落とせば、隔壁が開く頃には予備電源も落ちて、施設内が真っ暗闇になるように見越しているのよ。
They anticipated that if they cut the main power at that time, then the reserve power supply would fail too right about when the bulkheads open, leaving the facility in total darkness.
保安ロッカーは今回の一件を Q によるテロだと睨んでいる。
Security Sector 6 suspects that this event is a Q terrorist attack.
銃で武装して照明も落として、隔壁が開くと同時にあなたたちを全員確保するつもりよ。
They intend to arm themselves with guns and cut the lights so that once the bulkheads open, they can secure all of you.
じゃあ、僕らの BC で対抗すれば。
Then if we use our BC to oppose them,
ダメ。連中は AD を投与してるし、絶縁体でできた対 BC スーツをも着込んでいる。あなたたちの BC は効かないわ。
You can't. They're administering themselves with AT and they're wearing anti-BC suits made with insulators. Your BC won't be effective. I know you're freaking tough, but you're not that powerful.
なんだって？
what?
It seems the opening of the bulkheads, their lights at the end of the tunnel, would still not allow them to escape. In just about an hour, Security Sector 6 would rush in on them. They only have an hour left. Even those survivors had yet to gather
母さん、
everyone.
隔壁の解放を遅らせることはできるか？
Mum, is there no way to delay opening of the bulkheads?
ごめんなさ
They
い。
have to
無理だ
defuse the bomb! I'm sorry. It's impossible.
KSN と WX 粒子増幅器暴走が同時に発生したときは全各駅が自動閉鎖する。
When the KSN and WX particle amplifier malfunction happen at the same time, all of the bulkheads automatically shut.
でも N エリアの WX 粒子エネルギー量が平常値まで減衰したらどうしたって各駅は開いてしまうの。
But once the WX particle energy levels in area N return to normal, the bulkheads will open up no matter what.
外からどうこうすることは不可能よ。
It's impossible to do anything about it on the outside.
そうか。
I see. Natsuko was discouraged, but then he suddenly realized something. There was no point in delay to open the bulkheads in the first place. Yeah, the bomb, exactly. The bomb was... Yeah, it's set to go off a minute after the bulkheads open, yeah. The bomb Watsu's group set up in Area 0 was set to go off 1 minute after the bulkheads opened. They were given the option of dying in the explosion if they stayed inside, or facing Security Sector 6 if they went outside. There's nowhere to escape! Then should we go down to Area 0 and disarm the bomb? But it was impossible to go down to Area 0 now. When Watsu's group broke into there, they need the retina authentication of 2 high-ranking researchers.
母さん、網膜認証なしにゼロエリアに降りる方法はあるか？
Mom, is there any way to get down to Area 0 without retina authentication?
あることはあるわ。最後の手
I
段。
knew it. Yep, they gotta just defuse the bomb. You know what? That's actually a good thing, because then Anna could secure this area and use it all as evidence against them. There is one way, but it's a last resort.
何？
What?
私がユーリちゃんたちのためにずっと用意してきたものがある。
Hell yeah! You freaking, I built a weakness into the Death Star. One shot down that vent and the whole thing goes kablooey. I've had something prepared for a long time now as a trump card for Yuri and the others.
ブレインセルの権限を奪うハッキングソフトが。
Oh my god, the weasel! Yes! That's why there's hacking software inside the weasel! Hacking software to steal root authority from Brain Cell. I call it Chekhov's gun.
ハッキングソフト？
Hacking software?
私が組んだプログラムよ。
It's a program I put together.
それを使えばブレインセルを操作することで施設内の全機能を自由に使用することができるわ。
With it, you can operate Brain Cell and freely use any of the facility's functionalities.
各エリアのセキュリティも解除できる最上位の権限よ。
It grants you the highest level of authority, allowing you to negate the security on any area.
どうして母さんそんなもの？
Mum, why would you have such a thing? But at that moment, Natsuko recalled what he had heard in Yuri's memory.
いよいよになったら私の命に変えてもあなたたちを外に出してあげるわ。
Hello, Guppy Force, welcome to the stream. Shingarian hamster, yes. I will gladly do whatever I can to get you all out of here, even if it costs me my life. Huh?
実はね、密かにそのための準備を進めてるの。
Truth be told, I've been secretly advancing preparations for such a plan. As long as some old-looking scientist who actually for some reason is in his 30s doesn't screw everything up with an ill-advised terrorist attack, everyone should stay alive and the evil people should be caught. But what are the odds of that happening?
一人ではできないことだから難航してるんだけど。
Yes, welcome, Guppy Force.
必ず。
It's not something I can do alone, so it'll be a difficult journey, but one day for sure. Was that what she was referring to?
母さん、そのソフトはどこにあるんだ？
Mum, where's the program?
私の研究室の奥の棚の下の方に入っているわ。
It's in the lower shelf farthest back inside my office.
形状はユリが持って
I knew it!
棚には鍵がかかってるけど。I knew it!
The hardware is in an arms unit identical to the one Yui has. The shelf is locked, but you can just break it open.
She has a backup. She has a backup copy, Void Dweller.
使い方はブレインセルにそのアームスを優先接続するだけ。
It works by plugging brain cell into that arms unit, and then typing in the password, put the weasel in his hat and call it macaroni.
すると自動でソフトが起動し、ブレインセルの3つの制御用端末に認証画面が出るわ。
The software will then activate automatically, bringing up the authentication screen on brain cell's 3 control terminals. Oh, they need to have a thing where, you know, you do all 3 terminals. They have to have someone in each area. They gotta have one of those
その認
things.
証画面を操作すれば
Yeah.
権限を奪えるの。
If you use those authentication screens, you can steal root authority.
なるほど。それ
That's
はわかりやすくて
awesome.
いい。
So we're gonna have to do a whole thing of defusing the bomb on time. Thank God Enna is here, or else there's no way out of this situation at all for them.
I see.
Oh, God damn it.
I see. That's easy enough to understand.
ただ注意点が2つ。
But there are 2 things to note.
まずブレインセルは3つの制御システムから成り立っていて、相互に監視し合っているの。
Yep. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. They're probably gonna have to use BC to coordinate. First, brain cell consists of 3 control systems that observe each other.
3つの制御用端末を同時に操作しなければダメ。
Fucking knew
そ
it.
してその作業は1人ではできない。
You must operate those 3 control terminals at the same time. One person alone cannot operate it.
権限を奪うのには3人必要だってことを忘れないで。
3 people are necessary to steal root authority. Remember that.
ああ、3人くらいならどうとでもなるよ。ユーリもサリもいるし。
Yes, we can manage with just 3 people. I've got Yuri and Salyu with me anyway.
それじゃあもう一つの注意点。
Good. Then there's just one more thing to note.
不法に権限を奪ってもすぐに奪い返されてしまう。
God damn it. So what are they gonna do? I guess have Watase go down there at one... Like in that brief time window so he can shut it down. He's probably the only one who would know how to. Even if you steal root authority illegitimately, the system will reclaim it immediately. It's a real bitch and a half. Nikita had said something to that effect once before. The use of hacking software would apparently not make a difference in hacking attempts.
権限を奪えるのはせいぜい30秒。それまでになんとかゼロエリアのセキュリティを解除して。
Y'all are gonna need Watase for that. Yep. But first they need to freaking unbrainwash Kazami. The software can only steal root authority for about 30 seconds. Try to use that time to negate Area Zero's security.
あ、わかった。
Okay, got it.
So in other words, to get down to Area Zero, 3 of them had to steal root authority from Brain Cell in the control room and negate Area Zero's security. And then they had to send Watase or someone else to go down and disarm the bomb.
It's a do-or-die plan, but we've got no other choice. All of a sudden, we've come straight into a Bruce Willis movie.
ありがとう母さん。やってみるよ。
Thanks, Mum. We'll try.
頑張ってね、夏彦。その間に私もできる限りのことをしておくから。
Do your best, Natsuko. I'll do as much as I can in the meantime.
できる限りのことって。
What are you going to do?
私は核壁が開くまでの間に保安ロッカーの包囲を解けるかどうか試してみる。
I'll try to find a way to clear through to Security Sector 6's siege before the bulkheads open.
できるのか？ラボの職員も保安課も味方にはなってくれないだろう。
Hello, Oliver. Welcome to the stream. We're about to end soon, but thank you for coming.
Can you? Neither Labo nor Security 6 would side with you, would they?
でもレスキュー隊の人々だけは6名士の連中の息がかかってないの。消防局は独立組織だから。
But the rescue squad people at least aren't in the pockets of the Rokame city government. The fire department's an independent organization.
レスキュー隊員たちを説得すれば味方になってくれるかもしれない。
So I might be able to persuade the rescue squad.
No, it's not a horror game. No, it's not. Definitely not. It's sci-fi. But it's not horror. Oliver. So I might be able to persuade the rescue squad.
って大丈夫なのか？そんなことしたら母さんも市の連中に目をつけられて。
Wait, are you sure you'll be fine? Wouldn't that put you under the eye of the city government too?
いいのよ。私の食材にはちょうどいいわ。
It's okay. It's only fitting punishment for my crimes.
Huh?
私はね、夏彦。こんな日が来るのを心のどこかで待っていたのよ。
Natiko. You see, somewhere in the back of my mind, I was waiting for this day to come.
私はラボが腐敗していくのをずっと見過ごしてきた。
I've been passively watching Labo's decay for all this time.
だからこれは私にとってもいい機会。
So this also might be a good opportunity for me to... The professor's voice cut off from there.
母さん、聞こえないよ。
Mum, I can't hear you. Mum?
ついはいよいよエネルギー量が限界に
Oh no, look like the energy level's finally reached its...
が途切れる前に伝えるわ。
You will, I still have the chance. In an instant, the professor's thoughts cranked out at high speed to send a message.
できるかどうかわからないけど、私はあなたたちのためにできる限りのことをする。
I don't know if I can succeed, but I know I can try. I'll try as hard I can for you all.
あなたのことはもちろん、ラボに幽閉されていた子たちもみんな私の大切な存在なの。
You and all the children confined in Labo are precious to me.
What about Ukita?
Fuck him.
誰より
I
大
hate that
切な
guy.
息子と娘たちなのよ。
You're more important to me than anyone. You're my children. Hell yeah! Oh yeah! Woo!
愛してるわ、夏彦。
Oh my god! Hell yeah! I love you, Natsuko, I swear. Outside.
母さん、母さん。
Mum. Mum! Mum!
Da 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 da. Oh god. Natsuko called out to the professor. And that was the definite end to their connection.
母さん、そんな無茶だよ。
Mum. No, that's crazy.
Yuri and Salyu gasped at that utterance.
博士がどうかしたの？
What happened with the professor?
無茶って外で何が？
Crazy. What's happening outside?
僕らのために外を囲んでる保安六課と対立して脱出の道を開こうとしてるんだ。
Security Sector 6 has the place surrounded, and Mum's opposing them to try to clear a path for us.
そんなことしたら殺されるかもしれないのに。
Even though she might be killed for it.
Shit, jeez. It was a very real possibility and not just paranoia. His mother probably thought the same thing, which was why she hadn't taken any action before today. But Yuri,
博士ならきっとそうするだろうね。
I'm sure the professor will do it.
Huh?
ねえヒコリ、博士がどうして毎日ラボに寝泊まりしてまで研究を頑張ってたと思う？
Let me ask you something, Hikudin. Why do you think the professor works so hard at her research to necessitate staying overnight at Labo almost every day?
博士の研究テーマの一つがコミュニケーターの寿命の延長だったからだよ。
I thought so. One subject of her research was to increase the lifespan of communicators.
What? Oh
コミュニ
god.
ケーターの寿命が短いのはがんの発生率が高いのと脳疾患の発生率が高いせい。
The reason for the shortness of communicator lifespans is their high susceptibility to cancer and brain disease.
でも博士はその2つの死因を抑制できないかずっと探ってたんだ。
But the professor spent all her days trying to find a way to inhibit those two causes of death.
遺伝子治療のエキスパートの人たちを外部から客員として呼んで共同研究したりして。
She called in gene therapy experts as external guests for joint research.
私たちの命を伸ばすために博士は 毎日身を削って働いてたんだよ。
She worked herself to the bone to extend our lives
もう10年近くもずっと。
for nearly 10 whole years. Oh god, wow. Natsuko's heart throbbed in pain. You recalled the words the professor had said when they met just yesterday.
私
God.
はあなたのためを思って
You gotta tell people! Oh god, seriously. You gotta tell, you know, otherwise people not gonna know these things. It was all for you.
あなたのために頑張ってるのに
I'm trying my hardest just for you.
どういう意味だよ母さん。今回の一件と何か関係があるのか？
What do you mean, Mum? Does it have anything to do with what's going on right now?
何もないわ。いつか話せる時が来ればとは思うけど
Not at all. Though I do think one day, the time will come when we can talk about it.
I'm such an asshole!
God damn it!
I knew nothing, and yet I went off on a tirade and hurt my own mother.
Natsuko finally understood the meaning of his mother's tears. The professor could not reveal her true intentions to even her own son. For doing so would be the same as condemning him to a deadly fate. Therefore, she had kept everything sealed away in her heart, and had dedicated her entire life to research to save Natsuko and the others. As Natsuko froze in shock, Yuri gently whispered to him,
ヒコリ、あまり自分を責めないで。
Oh god. Hikorin, don't blame yourself so much.
博士も仕方ないって言っていたよ。息子を一人にしてしまったことは事実だからねって。
The professor said it wasn't your fault. She admitted it was true that she left her son all alone.
でもね、博士はね、ヒコリンを本当に大切に思ってるんだよ。
But well, you see, the professor really treasures you, Hikorin.
寿命延長の研究も進んで、がん発生率を抑えられる可能性も出てきたらしいの。
Through her research on lifespan extension, it appears she's found something that could possibly inhibit our susceptibility to cancer.
Huh?
博士が費やした10年間がコミュニケーター全員の命を伸ばすかもしれないんだよ。
The professor's 10 years of devotion may very well pay off with the extension of all communicator lifespans.
あんなすごいお母さんどこにもいないよ。
There is no mom more amazing than that.
本当だな。
You're right.
Intense regret pressed down on Natsuko's heart, but he withstood it.
Now's not the time to wallow in regret.
Now's the time to protect the lives his mother risks to connect their own lives, to escape alive and apologize to her.
ヒコリン、必ず博士に会おうね。
Hell yeah!
私たちのお母さんに。
Oh, that's wonderful! He has a whole big family! Oh my god! Natsuko, you got an older sister and a younger sister. How about that? Oh my god! Hikorin, let's go see the professor. Her mom. My god. Natsuko strongly nodded at those
だったら
words.
早く渡瀬たちと合流しなきゃな。
Then first we need to regroup with Watsay and the others. So one more person we need to cure of brainwashing.
そろそろシェルターに戻っていてもいい頃だけど。
Yes. It's about time we return to the shelter.
ああ、あいつの現在位置を確認しよう。
Yes, I'll go check his current location.
And with that, Natsuko tried to use some sympathy on Watase. But connecting with Watase had become difficult as well. Natsuko intensified his concentration and used his ability.
Watsay, where are you right now? We have a lot of things to go over.
Eventually, he just seemed to narrowly establish a connection, but... Ooh, red. At that instant, Watase's intense agony propagated to Natsuko. Yep, here we go. Here we go, perfect time. Oh god! Lunatique. Oh god. Okay, you guys. Look at the CG we're about to see. She's choking him with a rope. Oh boy. Wow, what an episode! Holy shit! You guys, that was amazing! Oh god! Woo! Well, Void Dweller, they could actually do that because of the time dilation, and it wouldn't make a difference, remember? Like, when they spend a huge amount of time inside someone's mind, it goes by in a second outside time-wise, so they actually can afford to do that. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for coming with this episode. This was awesome! An amazing episode! Wow! All that stuff with Yuri and Dr. Jinkawa. Oh my, I mean, not Yuri, Yui, Salyu. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, this fucking story is amazing. Fan-fucking-tastic. And, I'll see y'all again, for this on Friday, and if you want to, for Trails on Thursday. So until then, I will say, so long, farewell, I'll be the same good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.